India is well known around the world owing to its historical background, diverse cultures and interesting traditions. Its ancient scriptures and texts have been the way of life of its people for thousands of years. Today, the country is taking huge strides in the field of science and technology, paving a way towards a progressive India. So friends, I'm your host Uzma Jafri, and today in our episode of My India, we will take a look at some of the stories that very well showcase the unique culture and prosperity of our country, stretching from Himalayas to Kanyakumari. India, a country with diverse religions and cultural backgrounds, get to celebrate a number of festivals around the year that not just differ in taste, type and color, but also in the way they are celebrated. And this is what that makes festivities in India so special to experience. Christmas, an annual commemoration of the birth of Jesus, was recently celebrated across the country in several unique ways, adding more fun and excitement to the occasion. Have a look.
Markets decked up with attractive knickknacks and flooded with thousands of visitors becomes a common scene when Christmas is just round the corner. People could be seen getting indulged in last-minute shopping and purchasing everything from decorations to sweets. Few shops come up with some distinctive ideas that only grab eyeballs but also spread the festive cheer all around. This year, this unique attempt was performed in Ahmedabad, where a chef took upon the Herculean task of baking a non-alcoholic giant eggless plum cake, which measured 56 feet in length.
And approximately we worked for 110 hours to complete this cake. And now we are about to break the record of India by saying it as the largest plum cake of India.
As the Christmas day comes near, churches wore a pretty sight with their floral and light decorations, spreading the charm and glory of the occasion all around. The inside of the churches too are decorated with colourful fairy lights, with the idol of baby Jesus along with Mother Mary and Joseph placed in the Christmas table. Irrespective of their faith and community, people enact plays, sing carols and make merry, while reveling in the spirit of Christmas.
We celebrate this because we don't want to divide ourselves as Hindu, Muslim or anything, and we celebrated it as a harmony Christmas celebration.
For midnight mass, devotees in large number congregate at churches where the priests perform rituals and organize a prayer session. Celebrated on the night of Christmas Eve, midnight mass is a jubilant celebration of the mass or service of worship in the honor of the nativity of Jesus. Carols are sung and people attend the candlelight services at the churches with fervor and enthusiasm.
Is basically a time with family and friends, and it's all about love, it's all about giving, it's all about joy, and that's why we are here. That's how we celebrate Christmas for us, in my family, with my friends, and that's about it.
Midnight Mass gives way to Christmas Day that is celebrated with much pomp, gaiety and devotion across the country. This year, in order to make the festivities more creative, a sand artist recreated a larger-than-life Santa Claus using around 800 tons of sand and 10,000 plastic bottles, sending a social message against plastic pollution, besides adding more colors to the occasion.
Wedding is a costly affair in India, and if a girl doesn't have a father, it almost becomes impossible for her and her family to meet the marriage expense. Making this nuptial ceremony easier for these girls and setting a great example of harmony and brotherhood to the society, a businessman in Gujarat's Surat city hosts a mass wedding every year in which he funds weddings of more than 200 girls belonging to different faiths and communities. So let's take a look at this year's function that was truly a beautiful conglomeration of different religions under one roof.
Small lit-up huts, dazzling in colourful lights, the whole area crowded with people, and sparkling crackers lighting up the night sky. Having such a wedding would be a dream of every girl. So making this dream a reality for thousands of girls, a Surat-based diamond merchant, Mahesh Savani, every year organizes a regal mass wedding ceremony where hundreds of fatherless girls are wedded off. Savani has been doing this since 2010, and this year he funded the wedding of around 261 girls, in which 6 were Muslim, 3 Christians and 45 were from different Hindu castes. All the girls were not just married as per their respective rituals, but Savani himself visited each and every pandal and did their kanyadan like a father. No matter which religion or community they belonged to, Savani gave his blessings to all the girls, who too consider him as their father, setting a great example of religious unity to the society.
मेरे पापा नहीं हैं वैसे तो, महेश पापा ने हमें बेटी बनाई है। हम मुस्लिम हैं, 6 लड़कियां हम मुस्लिम हैं, और वो हिंदू होके भी हमें बेटी बना के हमारी इतनी अच्छी शादी कर रहे हो। जैसे हमने सोचा था वैसे ही वो शादी कर रहे हैं।
मेरी फैमिली, मेरे पापा नहीं है और मेरी मम्मी, हम लोग 3 ही जन हैं। मेरा छोटा भाई है, मेरी मम्मी ने, हम लोग, मैं हूँ। मेरा छोटा भाई अभी तो पढ़ता है, मेरी मम्मी जॉब करते हैं, उनकी सैलरी कम है, तो अभी हम लोग को इतने अच्छे से शादी नहीं हो सकती है। हमारे महेश पापा है, उन्होंने हमारी इतनी अच्छे से शादी करी। मेरा अब्बा है, इतना सब करा, बेटी बनाया, सब चीज़ की हमको वो दिए, सब दिलाया करा है। हमको जो चाहिए हमारे मनपसंद चीज़ दी है।
This year, the grand ceremony was even attended by the Gujarat's Chief Minister, Vijay Rupani, along with several other IAS and IPS officers, who too did kanyadan of few girls and gave their blessings. Thousands of guests were invited to watch the experience of this royal mass wedding, who were seen mingling with each other as if they all are the members of one large family. Till now, Savani has married off 3,172 couples in the past 8 years who belong from different states of the country. Besides arranging their wedding, they were also gifted with gold and furniture worth Rs 5 lakhs to start their married lives.
ये सभी बेटियों, हमारी सभी बेटियां ऐसी होती है जिसका पापा की छत्र छाया नहीं होती है। ये सभी बच्चों का, जो सभी बेटियों के पापा नहीं है, और ये गुजरात की, महाराष्ट्र, यूपी, एमपी, राजस्थान और एक बेटी बेंगलोर से, कर्नाटक से। आगे ये हमारा 7वां प्रोग्राम है। हर साल हर दिसंबर का लास्ट वीक के अंदर हम ये प्रोग्राम करते हैं।
Savani is in true sense an epitome of love and communal harmony. His acts of generosity have not only reduced the worries of several families, but have also strengthened the thread of humanity and brotherhood that binds every citizen of our country with each other.
Now a roundup of some of the major stories that made news recently.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the country's longest and Asia's second longest railroad bridge over the mighty Brahmaputra River in the state of Assam. The 4.9 kilometer long Bogie Bale Bridge is reportedly the 6th bridge over the river and connects Dibrugarh in Assam to Itanagar in Arunachal Pradesh. Built at an estimated cost of 59 billion rupees, it is India's first bridge to have fully wielded steel concrete support beams with a capacity of holding out against earthquakes of magnitude up to 7 on Richter scale.
ये देश का सबसे लंबा रेल कम रोड ब्रिज है। ये देश का पहला पूरी तरह से स्टील से बना बड़ा ब्रिज है। पानी से 30 मीटर से भी अधिक की ऊंचाई पर बना ये पुल हमारे इंजीनियरिंग और तकनीकी सामर्थ्य की भी मिसाल है।
As per reports, the bridge has a proximity to the China border and is expected to be of huge significance for India's defense, as it has been made strong enough to support movements of tanks and fighter jet landings, apart from providing connectivity to nearly 5 million living in Upper Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. The foundation stone of the bridge was laid in 1997 by the then Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda, and the work began in 2002 under the Atal Bihari Vajpayee-led government, on whose birthday the bridge was inaugurated. Jaipur Jewellery Show in the desert city of India recently exhibited an exquisite collection of ornaments and enthralled hundreds of visitors. As per reports, this year, a total of 825 stalls for different types of jewellery items were installed, out of which there were nearly 500 designer jewellery booths, which is an initiative and platform for the new and young designers to showcase their talent.
ज्वेलरी के अंदर इतनी इमेंस क्रिएटिविटी एंड क्राफ्टमैनशिप बढ़ चुकी है कि मज़ा आ रहा है देख के, आंखों को अच्छा फील हो रहा है. ब्यूटीफुल डिजाइन्स एंड एवरीथिंग इज सो डैम वेल प्लान्ड.
The 3-day event saw many new designs, stones and heavy-looking weight jewellery introduced in this year's exhibition. Gems and jewellery sector is one of the fastest growing industries in India, with an annual growth rate of 10 to 15%. An electric vehicle exhibition recently held in New Delhi attracted scores of enthusiastic visitors seeking a cheaper and pollution-free commute. The 8th edition of the EV Expo showcased some of the giant and leading automakers like Mahindra and Mahindra.
काफ़ी कुछ नया देखने को मिल रहा है और दिस इज़ द फ्यूचर ऑफ मोबिलिटी इन इंडिया. और मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले समय में मतलब इसका काफ़ी फास्ट ग्रोथ होने वाला है इंडिया में. इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है पॉलिसी रेगुलेशन गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, और दूसरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो डेवलप होगा इसमें, और सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है कैपिटल अवेलेबिलिटी फॉर दिस सेक्टर. और इसमें बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन रहेगा एसएमई सेगमेंट और एमएसएमई सेगमेंट का, और काफ़ी बड़ा ये एम्प्लॉयमेंट ग्रोथ रेवेन्यू रहेगा इंडिया के लिए.
The expo showcased a number of new electric vehicles, including motorbikes, scooters, buses, loading vehicles and rickshaws, among others. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's administration has set a goal to ensure all new vehicles sold in the country are electric by 2030. But such vehicles are expensive due to the high cost of batteries, most of which are imported.
Today in our section of Asia Buzz, we will see how Japanese companies are committed to provide convenience to its customers with the use of latest technology. Today we focus on the use of robotic technology in construction works and the safety measures taken by the companies in the food business. A report.
Multiple innovative construction robots developed by Shimizu Corporation have been operating at a construction site of high-rise hotel in Shin, Osaka. The crane called Exter incorporates function that enables the boom to extend and retract horizontally, unlike existing tower cranes that have knuckle-type bendable boom.
この現場では、空港に近いということで航空制限というのがありまして、ご覧いただいたように伸縮式というのは高さが変わらないんですね。そういう大きなフレームが不要になってですね、軽量化が図れたということが大きいかと思います。
This robot called Robo Welder automatically performs all welding without worker intervention. The robot recognizes the channel shape of the spot to be welded by laser measurement. Robo Courier is automatic conveyor system that transports the material delivered to the job site and recognizes its own position via laser sensor and referencing BIM information, and automatically transports material to designated work site. When it encounters obstacle, it performs repeat search and corrects course. This multi-purpose two-armed robot, RoboBuddy, performs the work, move freely along 6 axes and can pick up materials weighing up to 30 kg. It operates on an elevating pedestal on top of an automatic guided vehicle. After it recognizes the location to perform work via imaging sensors and laser sensor, it uses its 2 robotic arms to insert sealing suspension bolt, assemble the base material and install sealing board, screw it into place and install OA floor pedestal and paneling.
今の目標は2025年に 10% の省人化です。それにはいろんな周りの管理の問題とか、あるいは社会の受け入れる仕組みとか、先ほど言いましたけども、安全面の整備とか、いろんな今ある仕組みとの整合がこれから図られていくかと思います。
Shimizu Corporation's effort to solve labor shortage in construction sites by utilizing latest robot technology is certainly paving the way to new era, and there is no denial that co-working robot may hold the future of working place. Next we move to Myanmar, a multi-ethnic country which is enriched by all kinds of delicious dishes. And here Ajinomoto products are so popular that they became an essential part of many families' choice of taste. Ajinomoto Group produces and sells various seasonings and processed foods in more than 130 countries and regions global-wide. The group's products have been used and loved by people all over the world, including Myanmar.
Ajinomoto is the one and only MSG product which uses Thai MSG in Myanmar to deliver this most reliable and safest seasoning to Myanmar people. In other words, to deliver our real Ajinomoto to every market in Myanmar. It will be the great contribution to the people in Myanmar.
Ajinomoto is made in the most sophisticated factory in Thilawa Special Economic Zone. The factory is clean, hygienic and organized in order to make pure products which are safe and trustworthy.
Ajinomoto Group ရဲ့ချမှတ်ထားတဲ့rule and regulations စည်းမျဉ်းစည်းကမ်းတွေကိုလိုက်နာခြင်းအပြင်ပေါ့နော်မြန်မာပြည်သူလူထုတွေကိုအရေးအသွေးမြင့်မားတဲ့ထုတ်ကုန်တွေဖြန့်ဖြူးပေးနိုင်မှာမလွယ်ပါဘူးရှင်
In order to deliver reliable products to people in Myanmar, the Ajinomoto Group established Myanmar Ajinomoto Foods in February 2016. The company lives up to their corporate motto, Eat Well, Live Well, and all of the employees are working hard to deliver deliciousness to people.
Myanmar Ajinomoto Foods Company မှာအလုပ်လုပ်ရတာပျော်ပါတယ်ပြီးတော့ဒီ sales department ဌာနက sales ဌာနကို supporting ပေးရတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့တခြားဒီမှာရှိတဲ့ဌာနတွေအကုန်လုံးနဲ့လည်းတဌာနနဲ့တဌာနပေါ့နော် team work နဲ့အလုပ်လုပ်ပြီးတော့အားလုံးနဲ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးလက်တွဲလုပ်ရလဲပျော်ပါတယ်ပြီးတော့ satisfy လည်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Myanmar Ajinomoto Foods has opened 2 new sales stock points in Mawlangyang and Magwe in order to deliver delicious taste for more people throughout the country.
ကျွန်တော်တို့ကုမ္ပဏီ product ပစ္စည်းတွေများများရောင်းရတဲ့အခါမျိုးတွေမှာပြင်ပန်းပြင်ပြောပါတယ်
The strong feeling of workers to deliver good quality products to more people and places continue to contribute to social life in Myanmar.
I promise, in order to contribute to the Myanmar people, we, Myanmar Ajinomoto Foods Company, will never deceive the consumers, and we will do our best to deliver our product to all the people in Myanmar.
Dishes with Ajinomoto Group seasonings and processed foods enable tasty and healthy meal in Myanmar.
Living in communal harmony is natural to Indians. For the time immemorial, India has given a wide space for its countrymen to practice diverse faiths, religions and ethnicities. The same was witnessed during a peace rally organized in a small town, Ramban, in Jammu and Kashmir, where a group of people rallied through the town to spread a message of communal harmony and unity among the residents.
Recently, a peace rally consisting of people from all religions was carried out in the Ramban town of Jammu and Kashmir. Led by J&K chapter of Organization of Religions and Knowledge in collaboration with the Swadeshi Manch Bharat, the rally passed through the bus stand, market and streets of Ramban town.
सारे इंसान जो धरती पर हैं वो एक ही माता पिता की संतान है, आदम और हवा की। तो हम आपस में जुड़ कर रहें, मोहब्बत से रहें। एक खुदा और एक खून है, एक आदम की औलादें हैं, तो हमें आपस में मोहब्बत फैलानी चाहिए। ये रैली जो थी आज हमारी, ये इसीलिए निकाली गई थी। स्वदेशी मंच भारत और वर्ल्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ रिलीजियस नॉलेज ने मिलकर किया।
इसलिए हमने छोटा सा प्रयास किया रामन में, जब ऊपर बनाने वाले ने हमें एक भेदभाव नहीं किया। किसी भी धर्म जाति की, वो देख लो, मुस्लिम, हिंदू, सिख, ईसाई कोई भी हो, हमारी बनावट एक जैसी है। हाथ, पाँव, उंगली, कान सब एक जैसा है। जब बनाने वाले हमें भेदभाव नहीं किया तो हम कौन होते हैं? ये हमारा संदेश है, सब तक हमने बात पहुंचानी है। हम एक हैं, मालिक एक है, ईश्वर एक है। जय श्री राम।
Holding banners and religious texts of Holy Quran and Ramcharitmanas, the residents unanimously cheered for peace and harmony of the country. After taking out the peaceful rally, the people gathered at the Ram Leela ground, where prominent members of the rally spoke in favor of the peace mission and the importance of brotherhood, mutual coexistence and communal harmony.
उस नफरतों को खत्म करने के लिए ये एक प्रयास है और ये बहुत अच्छा प्रयास है। इससे आने वाली जो नस्लें हैं, आने वाली जो पीढ़ी है, उनको एक अच्छा संदेश जाएगा। नहीं, हम भाईचारा है, हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, ईसाई सब मिलके हम रहेंगे तो हमारा जो परिवार है, हमारा जो रामबन है, हमारा जम्मू कश्मीर है, हमारा देश है, वो एक खुशहाल देश बनेगा।
The peaceful rally organized in the Ramban town of Jammu and Kashmir was an effort to manifest the religious and communal harmony beholden in the country for time immemorial. These events not only spread a message of religious coexistence, but pave a way for a peaceful and harmonious society in the country.
In recent years, cycling has gained immense popularity as a sport and a part of fit lifestyle among Indians. Many organizations find cycling events as a great way to promote fitness along with any social message they would prefer to put across in the society. Recently, a cycling event, Tour de Kalinga, was organized in the eastern state of Odisha. The route followed during the tour is seen as the longest cycling route in Asian continent. Take a look.
On 8th of December this month, a team of 28 cyclists embarked upon a journey and returned with a record of the longest cycling tour in the Asia of 1300 kilometers, covering serene eastern ghats, lagoons and the hills in the eastern state of Odisha. Organized under the banner of Roots of Odisha Foundation, Tour de Kalinga is the longest cycling tour ever held in the Asian continent. The team of riders was flagged off from Bhubaneswar city by Professor Ganeshi Lal, the present governor of Odisha. Pedaling through the natural and historical beauty of Odisha, the first stopover for the riders was Konark town. Thereafter, passing through Chilika Lagoon and climbing up the mountains in Chandragiri, the team reached Koratpur, situated along the eastern ghats. After completing half their journey, they rode downhill, covering Fulbani and Nayagar before coming back to Bhubaneswar.
मेरे ख्याल से खूब बढ़िया हुआ, अच्छा हुआ, क्योंकि इसको मैं अच्छा फील कर रहा हूँ। अच्छा, चलो एक बार तो कर लिए, इतना नहीं कर पाएंगे सोच रहे थे, वो भी कर लिए। अच्छा है।
कितना टॉप था
ये? टॉप तो मेरे मतलब हिल भी था, वो शायद 4-5-6 जगह में थोड़ा जिग-जैग था, तो चढ़ गया था, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आया। थोड़ा दिक्कत हो रहा है कुछ कुछ जगह में, वहाँ पे ज़्यादा हिल था। तो उसके बाद मेरा साइकिल तब रोड बाइक था। प्रॉब्लम मेरा सबसे ज़्यादा हो रहा था, क्योंकि जब डाउन हिल आता है तब मेरा साइकिल का स्पीड 50, 56 60 स्पीड आ रहा है, तो कंट्रोल में करने के लिए ऐसे भी हुआ, 2-3 आदमी गिरा है, चोट भी है, 2-3 दिन नहीं चला पाया साइकिल वो लोग। तो मैं सोचा इसीलिए तो मेरे को राइड कंप्लीट करना है, मैं कंप्लीट भी कर दिए, और बोले तो मैं इससे आगे जो किए जहाँ पे तो सबसे ज़्यादा हिल मिले तो ये मेरे को मिला है चढ़ाई।
The team comprising of iconic cyclists like Yogendra Singh, Jagvinder Singh and many other professional cyclists coming from different parts of the country believe that Odisha has a great potential for tourism and organizing international level cycling events.
वो दिन दूर नहीं है जब उड़ीसा के अंदर आप देखेंगे इस कॉरिडोर में विश्व के प्रसिद्ध साइकिलिस्ट और बहुत सारे विश्व के साइकिलिस्ट इस कॉरिडोर में साइकिल करते हुए आपको नजर आएंगे। इसके द्वारा हम इको टूरिज्म, जहाँ पे एक टूरिज्म की बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त पोटेंशियलिटी है, लेगून्स हैं, फॉरेस्ट एरिया है, हिल स्टेशंस भी हैं, जहाँ पे आप टूरिज्म को बहुत अच्छे से डेवलप किया जा सकता है। वो भी हमारा इसके अंदर एक प्रयास है कि हम इसको एक इको फ्रेंडली टूरिज्म कॉरिडोर क्रिएट करेंगे। इस राइड में हमारा एक और एम्फेसिस रहा था सोशल एंगेजमेंट एंड सोशल अवेयरनेस। जिस एरिया में हम सब गए उस एरिया में हमने बहुत सारी वर्कशॉप की, हमने स्कूलों में बहुत सारे टॉक्स दिए, हमने गांव के अंदर जाके लोगों के साथ इंटरेक्शन किया और उस एरिया को समझा, उस एरिया को जाना और उस एरिया के बारे में, और लोगों का जो रिसेप्शन है वो बहुत ही अच्छा है।
With the unique motto of social engagement and social awareness, the riders visited a number of villages, schools and institutions along the way to experience the culture and traditions of Odisha. On successful completion of the 13-day-long expedition, the riders were felicitated in a ceremony organized by Roots of Odisha Foundation. With this kind of events organized everywhere in the country, the cycle is again becoming a convenient vehicle of commute among the people.
That's all we have for you this week. Your comments and suggestions are important to us. Do give us your feedback at suggest.myindia@gmail.com. I'm your host Uzma Jafri, and it's goodbye from the entire production team.